Right now, we do have an official with local fire joining us on the line, and let's get some of the latest details. Thanks for joining us. Mark Messier is joining us right now. Mark, are you with us?
Right down here. You guys got
All right, Mark Messier is a fire official who I believe is just on the line with us right now. Mark, are you there?
Yeah, hang on a second, please.
Mark, if you can hear me, can you just... All right, so I understand that Mark Messier, as you might imagine, it's a situation where he's fielding a number of calls, so he is going to be joining us in just a few seconds. We're going to give him a little bit of time to get into place so that he can share the latest details with us. But if you're just joining us, breaking news right now in the Ottawa area. Mark Messier with the local fire detachment there with Ottawa Fire joining us. Mark, are you able to talk to us right now?
Yes, I can, briefly.
Mark, this is a horrific scene. What can you tell us? How many people injured? How many dead? Do we know?
Well, we're still working on exact numbers. We are looking at least 5 fatalities at this time, and at least 5 or 6 people have been transported with serious injuries, and we're still have a triage area set up on scene here where we're dealing with other patients from the bus. Now, it's a double-decker bus that has a capacity of 100 people. However, we don't have the exact numbers of how many people were on the bus at the time. So it is quite the scene. There's a lot of emergency personnel here, and the priority is to take care of any of the victims and people that will need care, and then they'll start looking at the investigation. Can
you, so at least 5 dead, is that number potentially going to climb by much based on what you've surveyed or been aware of?
Again, it's too soon to tell. With the extent of the injuries, I don't have all that information. We're still working on gathering that all. Our priority right is getting anybody with serious injuries to the hospitals and getting them in proper care. So it's kind of hard to tell if those numbers could go up, but right now that's where we stand.
Okay, we are getting a sense through some of the pictures that we're just showing. It seems that it's really just the front end of this bus that was sheared off. Is that right?
That's correct, yes.
So the nature of injuries for those who are being transported to hospital, many going to the Ottawa Civic Hospital, it is the largest trauma centre in that area. The nature of the injuries, can you talk to that?
No, I can't speak to the nature of the injuries because I don't have that information. Like I said, there are multiple injuries. Many of them are serious. And right now the priority is just to get them off to hospitals and get the best care that we can get them.
Can you confirm, is this train 51? This was leaving Ottawa and going into Fallowfield at the time. Can you confirm that, Mark?
No, I can't confirm the train number. I can tell you it was traveling southwest, so it was probably leaving Ottawa. But as to destination, I don't have that information. Okay.
Can you just speak to how is it problematic getting these people out of that bus? I mean, what are you really dealing with here?
Well, most people were already out of the bus when we arrived. We still had about 4 or 5 people on the bus. It was lightly trapped, which required some extrication. A lot of them, the other ones had minor injuries, but we were able to, start providing first aid inside the bus and then get them out of the bus and care paramedics. But most of the people had already self-evacuated, and there was also other ones that had basically been ejected from the train, from the bus on impact.
Those who died, so they were completely ejected out of this bus?
That I can't confirm all of that information. I just know that there was, we had bodies and debris pretty much everywhere at the impact site.
Mark, our report on the scene describes some of what crews are dealing with. This is pretty much as horrific as a scene can get.
Yes, I mean, this is obviously what you've seen. Many casualties. There's a lot of emergency personnel here. There's a lot of debris. It was it was a very serious impact, and it is, it's a serious scene.
We are hearing reports, though, of those who are there just, breaking down because to get a call to arrive on the scene of something like this, it is sort of your worst nightmare, is it not?
Well, it definitely is. I mean, We have to, but I mean, again, our priority is patients, is human lives. So our priority is focusing on that. We also had to make sure that everybody was okay on the train, which we got confirmation that there were no injuries on the train. And yes, but I mean, we've got procedures in place to care for the first responders and also to address any of the other passengers that were witnesses to this.
Mark, any idea those who were transported to hospital, have all the most serious been taken away to hospital or not quite yet?
No, anybody with serious injuries are gone to the hospital. Okay,
and you said the most seriously injured, about 5 or 6 people and 5 dead. That is the latest?
Well, that's the preliminary numbers. Again, that's yet to be confirmed. But those are the numbers that we're dealing with right now, and we also have some that are still being assessed on site by paramedics and firefighters, and if they need to be transported, they will be transported.
Is there any kind of support for the people who witnessed this? I mean, when you talk about bodies flying, through the bus, because we know that, it's not the norm to wear seatbelts on these transpo buses, but also bodies flying out. I would think that those who witnessed that are going to need some support to get through that.
Yes, they'll have all types of assistance come to the scene, and they'll also make assistance available to those that require it afterwards. I know that we are setting up one area, one of the fire stations in nearby for some of the first responders. But as for the patients and stuff, that will obviously be taken care of when the need be.
Mark, just before I let you go, any general sense of the numbers of those injured on the bus, and any sense of the numbers of those injured on the train? Those who were on the train obviously sustaining nowhere near the injury that those on the bus did.
We didn't get any information of any injured on the train. Sorry. They're basically all the passengers on the train are still on the train or in that area. And as for the bus, they basically got them all gathered in another bus that they brought to the scene. And this is where we're looking into their injuries and talking with each and every one of them.
And just too early to say what the cause was, but our reporters were describing that the passengers on this bus tried to get the driver to stop. You don't know how this collision occurred. What went wrong?
No, we don't have any of that information. Again, that's all subject to the investigation that will take place.
All right, Mark Messier is with Ottawa Fire. He's been giving us the latest information on this. We do appreciate your time, Mark, and we hope that this proceeds as best as it can. It's a horrific story, but we appreciate you informing us. Thank you.